need a goat. I guess let's just kill Henrik at the like before we save later, if I remember. Oh my god, what's the, I have to full screen, man. Hello. Oh, F4, right. There we go. Some more nuts. I'll kill him, but like if we don't, there's no point in. I'd rather just wait and do it at the end before we save, because we might die while trying to get Dan. It's possible, although not likely. Yep.
Destroy sotiš?
Ne. To je po 9 i 10.
Rare.
9, 9 i 10.
Boom!
Nego samo se stream zagasio.
Oh no, that's you need 3 for enlightenment, right?
Da.
Then I will get nothing for now. We already have alchemy.
Ja sam i na Twitchu i na ovom. Izgleda tebi nešto internet, zagrsno se.
Na Twitchu ne mogu nijedan stream da upalim.
Now we are getting somewhere.
Znaš.
Can I just, like, no. Ooh. Do I have a sewer bench? Shit, I thought about that. I was gonna go through the sewer and go to Dan, because then we can avoid the gang.
That would be sad, Is it all?
Also, I don't know what triggers the guy to spawn in that garage. But he didn't do it this time, so okay.
Čekaj, imam ja OBS. Čekaj.
Now we might have to fight the gang, but that should be easy. Like,
Znači,
we're incredibly overpowered. What was in here? That's the rat tag place. It's kind of like useless. 2 small keys.
Ja, oružje ne mogu da se odredi.
Yeah. I think there's another one. Easy game. Hello, Tripler. No gang? Lamau. Getting lots of heads too. What's the current goal? This. We have checked every door in the underground church for the rusty key, so I don't know what that key does yet. Don't tell me anything about it though. We're gonna kill the gang.
Water.
Get the second effigy and recruit Dan. Is what we're doing right now. Water.
S.W.Frost is now live streaming Conquest Dark Digital Scammers counter so far new post
if I
after
can get
day.
Levi's gunslinger skill. I don't have a sewer bench, but then you can shoot off an arm with every one of those bullets. Which is kind of crazy, man. I guess the gang could come here too. They can come a lot of places. I don't know how it works. What is this door, by the way? What? I don't think I ever got in there. Maybe you have to go from somewhere else. Does anyone remember the exact code for the washing machine, by the way? Well, I should get down first. To go up here. This is gonna be so easy when I know what to do. Oh, it's random, but that's 3, yeah, okay. Easy peasy then. Oh, what? Oh, the key is downstairs. Right.
Sam baš došao jedan meč arcadera, hoću da gledam stream od ovih GG.
Master key. Well timed fart. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Boom. Go get down. Go get the thing. Wait, what? What is this though? Oh, there's a chest though. Fuck you. Right. Good. I'm going for the moon tower ending where we just kill everyone because I don't know how we do the other one. Unless I stumble upon the other one. But I don't want to know anything about it. You are getting scared. I guess just drink a beer. Although it's not really needed on us. I should be using those on the other people. No, wait. Surely he's here. Oh, okay, he is. Okay, okay. Hello, Dan. Blah, 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 blah. I did notice that I did notice this sigil somewhere else. I think while editing. Which made me go like, oh. But I low-key don't remember what it was. Anything in there? No. Oh, wait, there is. Right, there's this. Right, there's more of them. Now we're gonna get pearls too. What's this though? Is there anything here? No. Okay. Then we go downstairs. It's a real life chemical symbol. What the heck?
Kažem, jel mi treba nekim slučajem display capture, pa onda game capture ili mogu samo da imam display capture?
Samo display stavim.
What was over here though? Nothing.
Sim, ako ne gledaš erotiku, u tom slučaju možda da gledaš tamo.
Da.
No, ti
do this here.
To je šala. Trebala da bude.
To, čekaj, sad je treba da idem na YouTube. Create, go live, jel tako?
I think mine does go down faster in here. What was the numbers again? Like just... Just, random order. Like, what was the...
Aha, streaming, evo ga.
3 sets of numbers. Oh, cool. Thank you. So... 21, 1, 1.
Da, mislim da to pokušao. Connected clear software to live. Ja mislim. Mislim to pokušavam sad da vam namislim.
1, 1, 21, 36. Wait, is this correct? Wait, is this actually the numbers? Oh shit, I was wrong. Oh my god.
Video capture device, šta je to?
It's 103, okay. Third.
Monitor.
Wait, what?
Malo
Oh, is it
danas.
actually? Wait, oh, are the numbers
Ili je to
actually
kamera?
different?
To se mjesto misli da je to ipak kamera, pošto ima
Like just
sliku
completely
kamere.
different.
Možda klikneš da ga setaš.
Znači,
just
jesam ja
check
to
TV.
pokrenuo ovdje live ili ne?
Ne znam. Koji ti je...
Jer channel YouTube, switch login.
Koji ti je kanal? Hanekus Gaming?
A, imaš ga na mom ovom. Stream setup help.
Naravno, dobio sam gomilu gluposti. Ne znam kako ti se zove kanal. Nemam pojma.
Pa klikneš ovdje na mene, imaš YouTube.
Na Discord šta?
Dole ovdje na Discord klikneš na mene, imaš odmah link da te stavi na moj kanal. Ali nešto je tu nisam kako treba napravio, čini mi se. A ne.
Nisi lap.
Čekaj, ja sam kliknuo start recording.
Ne.
Manage broadcast. My broadcast description, public, gaming, normal. Title my broadcast. Yes, it's made for kids. Thumbnail.
Wrong room. Doom, it's fine. Backseating is fine here because I'm asking for it because we've already done this puzzle before, so I'm just trying to just rush through it. 6, 9, 11, 13. Okay. 6, 9, 11, 13. Ah! Well, no! No! Set Z. Z. I'm holding Z. I'm holding W. I'm holding C. W, 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 W. Yeah, bye. Bye! Oops. I'm probably gonna save after Val. Actually, I'm not sure. Okay, so let's try the first one. 6, 9, 11, 13. That is not it, okay. 11, 6, 9, 13. No. 11, 13, 6, 9.
No.
Okay. 13, 11, 6, 9. Wait, what? Shit, I forgot which ones I've done. I've had 69 on both of them. Right? No. Have I? Yeah, I wrote it down, but it's just you have to put them in the right order, which I don't actually know because I didn't bother to check the apartment things. Okay, so it's not 13 69 11 and it's not 13 11 69. Let's just do it systematically. Okay, so 13 is not at the start. Let's try 11 at the start. 13 69? No. Then 69 11. No, it's 69 13, I mean. My brain is dying. Okay, it's not that either. So 11 is not at the start, so it's 69 at the start now. And then 11 13. Okay, then it has to be this. What?
7 i 53. 7 minuta. Znači su mi komentari, jedva čekam da napravim druide sa strelca. Pošto već ne znam koliko sezona se vuče taj jebeni Lightning Arrow, znaš, da bukvalno dominira sa svim kad gledaš koliko su ljudi klerovali, ne znam, tih mapa i koliko su završili tih bossa, uglavnom ljudi čisto s tim, zato što nije što je on toliko dobar, nego nijedan drugi ne može toliko DPS da izbaci. Uz relativno malo uloženo, da razumeš. Nemaš dostupan gear koji ti otključava druge skillove ili druge te skill gemove da budu podjednako korisni kao ovaj. Imaš određene builde koji su dobri, ali ne imaš predmete za njih. Ne znam, imaš onaj, gledao si jedan build za nekog druida, za nekog mage'a koji baca neke, ne znam, otrovne strelice ili otrov baca i onda proko odjednom sad taj baci poison damage i onda odjednom uradi sav poison damage u jednom tiku. A treba ti unikat tipa koji je dobar za 20-30 level. Treba ti on da bi mogo da između ostalog uopšte počneš da praviš build za to. Ne sviđa ona kokotka što su dali bili onda. Ona Roa.
Koja kokoška bre?
Ma ona koko što se jaš.
Aaa!
Roa ona kako se zove.
Da.
Kao čokobus. Malo drugačiji, ali na isti fazon. Pa si imao, ne znam, onaj premium kao skin za nju. Imaš regularnu bez armora, a bio je kao Twitch drop da se uzme baš, mislim da bi isto za neki stream. Da se uzme baš taj skin. To ti je special kao skin za skill game koji moraš da ono imaš aktiviran. A ako ne igraš s tim, pa jebi ga. Nažalost, ništa.
О!
Mislio
sam uspeo.
Šta?
Stream da pokrenem.
Da pravim.
A ček šta kaže, welcome to the chat live, remember to guard your privacy, able to... Mite guide. Kaže, welcome to the chat live. Ček, znači ovdje će čap da mi izuz.
Nema, evo gledam ti stream. Radi.
Kako?
I zvuk ti radi.
Da.
Nema, evo gledam ti stream. I sebe čujemo dupo.
Sad znaš kako je meni.
A znam. Uglavnom mutiram stream kad gledam tako neku za s kojim se blisko. Šta ću, zamišljam zvuk.
Ne, ja ga samo ono kad te tako pustim, onda te smanjim na...
Da ne bi poludao.
Pa da, ono kao da ne bi čuo duplo. Čekaj bre, evo što ću ja da puštim na svom streamu.
Šta?
Restreamovat ću tebe. Kradnim kontent.
To kradi. Može.
Sad, po mene mrzi da ja donesem tu novi monitor.
Pa šta, imaš monitor drugi?
Ma da, imam, samo što nemam pojma, ono, mrzelo mi je da ih ikad stavim.
Što bi te mrzelo? Ja drugi pustim na primjer YouTube, koristim shortcutove na tastaturi, recimo da pauziram YouTube, gledam nešto. Jer ako me neko nešto pita, ono, neću da zaboravim što se gleda.
Znas IJ-san.
Čekaj, sad izašlo...
Welcome to my channel. Hey.
Hej.
Čekaj, sam je tebi pisao na chat?
Meni. Hvala ti. Sad što mi čita restream to je svoj chatbot mi čita i sa YouTube-a i sa Twitch.
Čekaj, pustio sam onda to na pogrešno stream, mislio sam sebi da pišem. Da prvom kod sebe.
Samo sebi vrtaš, a?
Da, pa htio da vidim taj, jer vidio sam clips. Čekaj, zbog čega sebi na telefonu ne mogu da vidim da sam live, na primjer.
Možda ga moraš da refreshaš stranicu, ja sam ovo da pogledam onaj link na Mechanicus Gaming.
Okej. Aha, ali mi je izašlo ovde, a nije mi izašlo... Čekaj, zbog čega ovi Aha, sad je izašlo, da. Ovdje kao da malo kasnije. Timestamp, sve to mi treba, to hoću. Čekaj, mogu ja da napravim od ovog top chata overlay? Da mi taj overlay bude u igri, non stop, i onda mi možda i ne treba drugi monitor.
Kako misliš overlay? Ne?
A, 1080, 60 FPS, može, ne smiješ da je toliko stream.
YouTube da je dobar taj bandwidth.
Da je dosta bolje nego ono.
Nego drugih stvari.
Držao se zajebao s ovom kamerom, brate, što je toliko jebeno prašnjava, ne znaš, imam policu sa knjigama i redovno da kažeš da se to održava, ali ja ne znam zbog čega ova kamera ima toliko prašine na sebi.
Što se načisti.
A nemam pojma, ono najviše privlači valjda.
Evo ga, počinji stream.
Gdje, kod mene?
Ne, nego na... Pet Fexel, da.
A, Pet Fexel, da.
Odredi.
You lost, fella.
Aha.
We're talking to you. I asked you a question.
Ovaj druid ima već lično nešto.
What's wrong with him?
Ono pravo, da ne ovo.
se vukila, pa naravno.
O. 5 bil.
Što da ne? Pa znaš da su bili inspirisani sa Diablom 2.
O. Ček, što je ovo su naj?
A neki vir.
Da, i brate, animacije su fantastične.
Znao sam da ima još jedna forma. Znaš? Da neće napraviti samo kao kopiju Diablo, ono. Kao ono, druid, medved i kao werewolf.
I will find you, Eve.
December 12.
Now, as you can see, the druid is a shape-shifting elemental spellcaster. After his fellow druids were destroyed by the king in the mists, the druid lost his humanity in the forests of Ogham, where he wandered for years as a beast. Now, finally reawakened, he's determined to find his lost wife and regain his humanity. The druid has been one of the hardest classes for us to design. As well as having spells, he has 3 animal forms, and we wanted to make sure that there were interesting combos between all of them. The druid is our first hybrid strength and intelligence class. That means he needs to have the ability to use spells and attacks. As a human, the druid typically uses magical staves to harness the powers of the earth and the natural world. One of the first skills you will learn is the ability to create small volcanoes from the earth. This skill spits out balls of magma at your enemies, and will continue to do so for some time. While the volcano is active, turn into an animal and wade into melee range. Many of the skills you use as a human last for a significant period of time, giving you a good chance to turn into an animal and rage out. But how do you turn into an animal, you may ask? Well, the answer is a new weapon type that druids use, animal talismans. When you equip an animal talisman, you can choose which animal form you would like the talisman to represent. Depending on what you choose, you'll be given that animal's basic attack as a new skill to equip. For a bear, that's maul. To turn into a bear, simply use the skill. Your character will instantly transform into a bear and attack. If you want to change back to a human, just cast a spell. You will instantly swap back and cast it. We wanted to make sure that swapping between forms was seamless and immediate. Changing forms should be something that you do without even thinking about it all the time in battle. In order to allow for hybrid melee casting, most of the skills you use in your human form last for some time and aid your animal skills in some way. The volcano we used earlier will emit more molten balls whenever you hit it with a slam, making it perfect for use with your bear form's furious slam. While in bear form, many of your abilities use rage. There are a lot of ways to generate rage, but the easiest one is simply smash your enemies with maul. Once you see the runes on your back glowing, it means you have enough rage to do a much more devastating version of your furious slam. Your bear form can also go on a rampage, stomping the ground as you demolish your foes. The more rage you have, the longer the rampage lasts, and doing it over a volcano makes it even better. As you consume rage, your bear form will generate endurance charges, and these can be used with skills like Ferocious Roar. Ferocious Roar is a war cry that empowers your subsequent attacks to break your opponent's armor. The more endurance charges you have when you use it, the more empowered attacks you will gain. But Ferocious Roar has another special feature too. It's a meta gem that allows you to socket any Warcry gem from another class into it, giving you the ability to use these skills as a bear. Use the Warrior's Infernal Cry skill to make your enemies explode. Or use Seismic Cry to stun your enemies and double up the number of slams you do.
Ovaj put se log in, ovaj put se log out. Pola četak, ne?
You can even use it with Ancestral Call, a skill that turns you into the fire god Cow. Ever wondered what the Karui god of war would look like if he was a bear? Well, wait no longer. Finally, build up enough rage and you can use one of the bear's ultimate abilities, Walking Calamity. This skill summons a storm of fire around you for some time, while generating even more rage to power your other abilities. A true bear apocalypse. Now the bear is known for being a slower and more lumbering animal, with slower attacks and heavy slams. But what if you want to turn into something a little more nimble? Well, let's check out the second animal form for the druid, wolf form. For the wolf form, we want it to go fast and furious. Even just the wolf's basic attack will leap forward and rake his foes. After attacking, the wolf stands up on 2 legs, but after running for a short time, he goes back on all 4s, allowing to move more quickly between packs of enemies. The wolf has a lot of cold attacks based on his association with the moon, and the first of these is Lunar Assault. It's great for freezing your enemies in place. After they're frozen, use your basic rake attack to knock shards of ice off your enemies, which land on the ground nearby and explode. If you want to get into battle quickly, you can use your pounce attack. This skill leaps at a target and applies a mark to them. Killing the marked enemy will summon a wolfman into your side, allowing them to fight with you. Mark and kill as many enemies as you can to build up a sizable pack. While an enemy is marked, your wolves will prioritize that target and do more damage the more wolves you have. So make sure you keep your pack strong. Now, one problem you might run into is your wolf pack dying in boss fights. You often don't have any enemies that you can mark and kill in order to regenerate your pack. To deal with this problem, you can use Cross Slash. Cross Slash jumps backwards and does a vicious double slash. Any marks on your target explode and triggers their abilities. This allows you to pounce to mark an enemy and then summon a wolf even without killing it. Cross Slash also has another feature though. Remember those ice fragments from before? Well, Cross Slash will propel any ice shards on the ground towards its central target. First, freeze your enemies with Lunar Assault. Then rake them to create as many ice fragments as you can. Then follow up with Cross Slash to generate a field of icy explosions to obliterate your enemies. If they're still alive after that, your pack of wolves can finish them off. Just like with the bear's raw skill earlier that allows you to use skills from other classes, Pounce is also a meta gem that you can socket mark skills from other classes into. So for example, you might want to try adding Freezing Mark from the Monk to Pounce. After pouncing at an enemy, Cross Slash to explode the mark and gain extra cold damage for a time. The wolf has many other ways to go all in on cold though. Using the Arctic Howl Warcry will allow you to add cold damage and chilled ground to any slam, while buffing your pack of wolves as well. You can also use it to freeze enemies that are close to being frozen, making it much faster to use your other combos. Finally, the wolf also has the ability to call down the power of the moon to transform into an Arctic werewolf with Lunar Blessing. In this form, you move and attack more quickly and deal extra cold damage. Consuming Rage will extend the duration of your Arctic Wolf form, so you could try a hybrid bear and wolf build if you want to utilize the skill to its full effect. Alright, let's talk about the third form
pa onda koristiš one kao slapovi da napraviš
Wyvern has a number of long-range breath
abilities,
but that doesn't mean you can't get into melee range when you want to.
Da ga usmeriš.
The basic attack of the Wyvern is Rend. Jump forward into combat and slash your enemies with your lethal talons. If they're close to being stunned, you can blow them off balance with a blast from your wings, causing an explosion of damage. After the battle though, it's time to feed. Devour the corpses of monsters to create power charges, and this is when the Wyvern's abilities really come online. When using Rend, you can consume a power charge to charge up your wings with lightning. Not only does this do a bunch of damage, but it allows you to turn this melee skill into a much larger AoE attack. Once your wings are charged, your Wing Blast will also do lightning explosions for even more damage. If your enemies are close to death, no need to wait for them to actually die. When you see this blue marker, just devour them alive. Fresh meat is much tastier after all. Alright, so those are some melee options, but how about range? Well, you wouldn't be much of a dragon if you couldn't breathe fire after all. Rolling Magma is the first of the Wyvern's breath attacks. Spit balls of fire that bounce along the ground. These balls will trigger volcanoes as well, so it's a good idea to cast one as a human right before you start spitting. But that's not all you can spit. you have something a little nastier in that gullet of yours. Spitting a barrage of oil at your enemies will cover them in a viscous sludge that makes them easier to ignite. If you have power charges though, plant your wings in the ground and vomit a barrage of lightning-infused projectiles. The more power charges you have, the longer you can do this for. But make sure you keep your foes at range. You're vulnerable to melee attacks while channeling this skill. In order to help with that, let's take a quick diversion back to some of your human abilities. As a druid of Scoth, you have the ability to harness the power of nature to create entangling vines to slow down your enemies. Another of nature's punishments is the thunderstorm. Creating one of these will create periodic strikes of lightning from the sky, and will also make your enemies wet. Why is that useful? Well, of course, things that are wet are easier to shock. Use it with lightning damage from your wyvern form to enhance your damage. Making things wet also makes them easier to freeze, so it works nicely with your wolf form as well. And you know what else likes water? Plants. Water your plants to give them various extra abilities. Use Lightning Storm with Entangle to make them last longer and attach more vines to each enemy, slowing them further. Summon Thrashing Vines to slam at your enemies for a time. Any that are created in water will be larger and deal more damage. Now then, with our enemies sufficiently subdued with our plants, time to really lay into them with our lightning-infused barrage. Now, this last wyvern ability is just ridiculous, but we felt like we had to do it. Use Flame Breath to take to the skies and rain down a stream of fire on your enemies. You have wings, so we have to take full advantage of them after all. So fly around and burn in it. Now there are a few other skills we didn't cover, but there's one in particular that I think will open up a lot of builds. Spell Totems. Spell Totems are meta gems that let you create a totem that will automatically cast any spell in the game for a time. In order to create one, you will need to spend 3 endurance or 3 power charges. You could use them to throw fireballs, summon comets, or shower the area in lightning. Really, the options are kind of endless. Your bear form can easily generate endurance charges by consuming rage, and your wyvern form can easily generate power charges by hitting bosses. So it's pretty easy for the druid to get the charges needed. But they're also available from quite a few other places as well. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of different spellcaster classes thinking about how best to take advantage of these. Now, of course, along with a new class comes a bunch of new supports. We've added over 30 new supports throughout the game, but I'll show you a few of the cooler ones here. Fan the Flames can be added to any wind skill to spread fire from one ignited enemy to the other enemies behind them. It's great for the wyvern's Wing Blast. We can also use it on many other classes with wind skills, like the Twisters on the Huntress, or the Monk's Staggering Palm Projectiles. Accelerated growth causes extra explosive plants to erupt from the ground whenever you grow plants with rain. And Advancing Storm changes storm skills like your Thunderstorm or Tornado to move across the battlefield. It's great for watering plants en masse, or to turn tornadoes into a real disaster by sucking up multiple ground effects as they travel along. And the Sorceress might like to use it with Firestorm as well. Echoing Cry causes your Warcry skills to echo. They will repeat a couple more times with a delay after you use them, giving you more empowered attacks. Use it for the druid's animal form Warcries, or on the warrior for a nice power boost. Grounding Shocks causes monsters you shock to turn into living Tesla coils, arcing lightning to nearby enemies. You could use it with your empowered wings for an extra damage boost, but it's also great with any other shocking skill. Try it out with Lightning Spear. It obviously needed more AoE clear. There's a whole pile more, but we'll leave those for you to discover. Now with a new class comes new Ascendancy classes. The Druid will have 2 options for now, with a 3rd being released later. The first class is the Shaman. The Shaman channels nature's elemental fury and can harness rage as a spellcaster, unifying his animalistic and magical tendencies. By allocating Druidic Champion, you gain spell damage the angrier you are, and with Furious Wellspring, you generate rage continuously and can spend it to empower your spells.
Kaže,
With the knowledge
okay,
of the
the league is
Asmerian
great.
Magi,
Go do
the shaman can
that phase
harness
one now.
untapped power from runes and items. After allocating Wisdom of the Magi, you will notice that all
ja
runes
nemam
and
ništa
items have
protiv
extra
Idris,
mods
Pet Phase,
only
ali jedan.
available to the shaman.
Znaš šta imam protiv?
These new mods unlock countless new possibilities for
Što mi
enhancing
je
your
previše
build.
veliki quality of life, ono
You
kretine
can
na
also
VSD,
allocate Bringer of the
razumeš?
Apocalypse,
sad
allowing you
Aha.
to become a walking natural disaster.
Razumeš, miše?
After dealing enough
Osim
elemental
se kao da ima
damage,
manja kontrola,
storms of
razumeš?
all elements rain around
I
you,
to
destroying
mi je
all who would
kao
face
nego
nature's
jeste.
fury.
A drugo je
There
sistem
are other
gemova
abilities for the shaman.
u
I'll just show a few from each class for now. The other
Obojeni
druid
slotovi, obojeni
Oracle.
slotovi na...
The Oracle perfected the
To je
power of
veliki
foresight
kamen spoticanja.
and utilizes this
To je
in
jedan
combat
od
to gain
među
massive
glavnim
advantage.
razlozima zašto mi se ne igra Perfect za 1.8.
When taking Fateful Vision, you will see
Samo
visions
kad
of
se
your
setim
future self
toga, odmah
using
samo
specific
ugasim igru, ne
skills.
igram.
If you decide to
Probao sam
follow
da
this
igram malo
path by
kampanju,
using the skill yourself,
znaš, i
it
igrao
will
sam
do
sad 2
significantly
glasa.
more damage.
Sve
sam
se
skontao.
pokušao da farmuješ neki legendarni, ono, na početku.
A to je više što se bilo radi,
And
da
with
vidim da li
convergent
mogu, ali u
paths, at a
suštini
critical
ne bi mi
moment
to
in battle when a
zadržalo da
monster
igram,
is
ne
vulnerable to
kad
freeze,
moram
stun, or
da stalno,
electrocution,
da
the
zavisim
Oracle can use Moment of Vulnerability
od toga da
to see a vision of
za
the
bilo
enemy's
koju-
future, and then merge it with the current timeline, allowing him to deal damage to both.
Bio.
And one of my favorites, when you first become an Oracle, you'll notice over 130 new extra passives appear in the Druid section of the tree. By allocating the Unseen Path, you use your power of foresight to learn from alternate futures and gain skills that would otherwise be unavailable to you. For example, self-sacrificing allows you to be able to summon more minions by reducing the spirit costs, with the trade-off of making your reservation skills cost more spirit. Or Corruption Endures, which allows oracles to have a small chance to avoid death. Both the Druid Ascendancies offer interesting and unique ways to gain modifiers that no other classes can get, so we're expecting a huge variety of build possibilities from these. Now there are unique talismans for the Druid to use as well. We won't spoil all of them, but this one was particularly cool. Fury of the King turns your bear form into a fire demon, converting most of your damage to fire. As a demon, you can also use Molten Crash, a jumping slam attack that leaves fishes around you. This
Diablo.
unique also endlessly grants glory, allowing you to use your ultimate abilities more easily. Now, of course, the Druid isn't the only thing we're adding to 040. We still have a bunch more to show. With every new release, we create a new league with new mechanics, new pinnacle bosses, and with a new story to tell. And this time is no exception. So let's roll the trailer for the fate of the Vaal.
Ovo ti je zvanično liga.
Queen Atziri. It is a ruin
Što kažeš, evo to kad...
in the dark. Machines still churn. The temple has many functions. And with it, a chance to save the Vaal. A gateway through time. Travel into the past again and again. Alter the temple. Uncover its secrets.
Kao roguelike neki, vidiš?
You will be rewarded for your sacrifice. And somewhere
Da, ali i dalje su sve ostale, da se zbog čega da se ovo sviđa.
queen awaits. I beg of you, hear me. The beast cannot give you what you desire.
You may have studied it, Doriani, but you do not know it like I do. It adores me. Come now, give unto me your desire. At last, fulfill my soul.
Komentar.
Hi,
I
I'm Mark
can
Roberts,
fix
Game Director on Path of Exile. In the Fate of the Vaal League, you will find remnants of the ancient Vaal civilization scattered throughout Rayclast. They seem to attract nearby creatures and affect them strangely. After killing them, the remnant appears to gain some amount of power, but not enough to fully activate it. It seems you will need to find 5 more of these arcane devices, and sacrifice the monsters you find there to fully activate one. But things don't always go to plan. These devices are old, and sometimes infected by corruption.
I svaka sledeća
Twisted
sezona,
versions of
okej,
ancient Val may
sećate
emerge,
se ovoga. Toga
and
više
sometimes
nema.
even stronger
to.
foes. On fully activating one of the devices, you finally discover its true purpose.
Igrači
A
samo
portal
se češu
opens
po glavi.
and
Ali imate
takes you
novu
deep
igrač.
underground to a lost temple, once the home
Koja
of
ne radi kao ni
Atsiel, Queen of the
prethodna.
Val. What treasures could still be inside? I think
Dok
you're
su
going
oni
to want to
rekli
find out.
da su ove mehanike iz
In front of the entrance is a console of some kind, and on activating it, you can see a map of the temple. Atziri's personal chambers are on the far side, but how could anyone get there? There are disconnected rooms, and the layout doesn't seem to make sense. And that's when you realize the purpose of the ancient devices scattered through Rayclast. The temple is powered by sacrifice, and this energy can be used to modify the very structure of the temple itself. Each time you run the temple, you will be given 6 rooms that you can place, allowing you to craft your own dungeon to explore. Place paths to link up the dungeon, and place rooms beside them for precious loot. After you are happy with your choices, open the temple and discover the results of your efforts. Each room contains different villages along with its rewards.
Ja mislim da tu svaku čuo da što je hteo da čuje.
Ja sam promislio sam pogrešio. Možda te kaže 6 rooms.
Choose wisely.
Možda te kaže
It's
6
important
rooms.
where you place the rooms to get maximum returns. For example, when placing a commander, you could just place it anywhere along an existing path, but a much better strategy is to place it next to a garrison of troops for him to command. With better leadership, the garrison will level up, making the monsters harder, but also more rewarding. Different rooms have different requirements for leveling up. For example, if you want to fully level up a smithy, you will need to supply it with golems from an adjacent golem works, and hook up a generator to the power network
Vidi, kad
to
pozimiš
supply
na
it
neki
with power.
pravi način od nečega
After
da je
doing
nešto
so, the
radilo,
golems will be powered
Ja nemam
up,
ništa,
making them
to.
much more dangerous. You don't need to memorize what interacts with what. When
Holy
selecting a
sex
room,
rooms.
you will be shown the locations that will make other rooms level up, and exactly what effect it will have on the temple. After running the temple, a few of the rooms will destabilize and be removed. It will be up to you to rebuild the temple, adding 6 more rooms each time you come back.
Da, ali tako priča, oni tako priča.
Jeste, ima neki čuo naglasak, jeste.
Seks
And
moram.
larger.
Seks.
So, that's the basic functionality of the temple. But there is a lot more. Once Doriani finds out about your travels to Leraval, he will attempt to persuade you to take on a new mission.
Pokušava da kaže seks.
The
Seks.
temple entrance contains a prototype of the time portal device. It will be able to take you back in time, but only to one specific point. Right before Atziri triggered the cataclysm that destroyed the Val. He requests that you go back and attempt to stop Atziri to prevent the Val from ever being destroyed.
Interesantno.
Atziri is on the far side of the temple, so you will need to expand the temple significantly to get to her. And even worse, her chambers can only be unlocked by a room that isn't currently accessible to you. In order to deal with that, you are going to need to visit the architect of the temple. To get to him, you will need to place path rooms. But while doing so, you will probably want to exploit some of the Val technology only available in the past. Once you can travel into the past, a whole new set of rooms are available, and they have some pretty insane rewards. At level 1, the corruption chamber can be used to corrupt a single item. But placing it next to a thaumaturge to run the place, and a sacrificial chamber to provide soul energy, you'll be able to level it up. And it's worth it. Because once you get the room to level 3, there are some very nice rewards to be had. In a level 3 corruption chamber, you will find this mysterious device. It has a slot to place an item, and it only accepts items that are already corrupted. What will happen to them? Well, normally once an item is corrupted, you can't modify it any further. But this device allows you to corrupt your item a second time, adding another enchantment. This has the capability to craft some very powerful items indeed. But be warned, the Vaal are all about taking risks in the pursuit of power. There is a 50% chance that the item will be destroyed.
O čekaj,
Što?
Each room has its own interesting mechanics and rewards when it levels up. Many of them contain bosses to fight, special drops,
Let's go.
and in many cases, new crafting opportunities. For example, a level 3 alchemy lab has a nasty Vaal construct to fight. But if you can defeat it, you can find new corrupted soul cores.
Dobro.
Like Guatalitzi's Thesis, which on boots allows you to sacrifice your life to run faster. Or Sitaqualottl's Thesis, which on gloves will revive one of your minions whenever an offering expires. Get a sacrificial chamber to level 3, and you will need to face a highborn priest of sacrifice. Defeat him to be able to further corrupt a Vaal unique, modifying it in unpredictable ways. One of the mods of this unique will be removed and replaced with another random mod. For example, this Soul Mantle. It gives you an additional totem, but lowers your totem's life and curses you when they die. By using the machine, this could result in a terrible item if you remove the good mod, but also some amazing items if you replace the downside. Now, one extra thing to mention about these Vaal crafting machines. You don't have to take the items you want to craft into the temple. If you don't have the item you want to craft with you at the time, then clicking this button will allow you to create a currency item instead, allowing you to do the craft later, or trade it if you want. Now, there are all sorts of interesting rooms you can find in the temple, but the last one I want to show you today is the Flesh Surgeon. A Vaal Flesh Surgeon can be leveled up by placing him next to a high-level synth flesh lab.
Kao base building neki mod, viš?
But be careful. The Flesh Surgeon has some rather unpleasant experiments in his personal lab. Afterwards, you might notice the surgery table just sitting there. The Vaal are great at crafting items. Why not do some crafting on yourself? After laying down, you'll be asked which limb you'd like to replace. Left arm, perhaps your right leg. Each limb can get a different set of random bonuses, so choose wisely. After getting up from the table, try out your new limb. It seems to work fine, and even perform better than your normal one. Now, there is just one thing with replacing body parts. If you die and are resurrected, your body will return to its natural state. You might need to return to the Vaal Surgeons if you want another robot arm, and maybe get a better one next time.
Okay.
Some rooms, like the Commander, can give you a new type of reward. Medallions that can be used to manipulate the temple in other ways. Using a Queeper-Lartl's medallion will allow you to artificially boost a room, even if it doesn't meet the normal requirements to level up. And a Huatalotli's medallion will stop rooms from destabilizing when you complete a temple, allowing you to guarantee getting a reward a second time. Great if you want to stock up on double corrupts. Now, with all that aside, time to face the Architect, and you will be in for a fight. Once defeated, you will find another console that can be used to modify the temple. But this one is special. It allows you to place new types of rooms with specific rewards.
Snakes Misters.
Yes.
There are
Welcome
rooms
to
with
my channel.
specific uniques,
Mistress.
special runes, and currency.
What?
But also a few other, more niche crafting experiments. Like this one, that can extract the soccer balls back out of an item, at the cost of destroying it.
Dobro. That's nice.
Now, Something really important is every league we release a significant amount of content for the in-game. In order to make sure that the Fate of the Val works well for late-game players, we've added many mechanics to make sure that you can scale the difficulty and rewards to match. Getting some rooms to level 3 adds extra mods to the entire dungeon, and these stack with each other. So in endgame, when you can get some really big temples, you can generate a challenge that can even match the strongest of characters. We also start to introduce ways to store up energy for the temple, allowing you to save up many runs so you can do them later at your leisure, and not interrupt your mapping too often. Now in each league, it's important that we have a new pinnacle boss to test your character's might. In the Fate of the Val, you will get to face Adzeri, while she was at the peak of her power. One of the rewards you will gain by defeating the Architect is the ability to place the Royal Access Chamber. Once connected to your temple, you can visit it to finally reach the Queen of the Val herself. This fight takes place at a critical moment in history, right as Adzeri communes with the beast's power and takes her true corrupted form.
Okay.
Now, we are not going to show you the whole fight, but we will tempt you with one of the rewards. This is Adzeri's rule. This staff gives additional levels to all of your corrupted gems and lets you trade life for extra damage. But in addition to that, while using the staff, mirrors of refraction will constantly appear on the battlefield. Any projectile you fire at these will split into a nova, and they can chain from one to the other. So, that's the Fate of the Val League. But we are also bringing the previous league, Rise of the Abyssal, into the core game, along with a few changes. Now, for those of you who haven't seen what happens when a league is over, it's important to understand that you will not be seeing abysses in every area anymore. Rise of the Abyssal is now one of the league mechanics that can show up randomly in in-game. If you want to specialize in running abysses, there is now a tablet that will allow you to add them to any map you run. You can also craft the tablet to add abyss-specific mods to enhance how they function.
Ček, to si mogao?
Now that Abyss is core, it also needs its own Atlas tree. You can gain your first points by completing an Abyss. But there are more available for doing depths and killing certain bosses. And there are a bunch of different options. You might just want more monsters and bosses. But you can also make finishing an Abyss have a chance to overrun a nearby map with the Abyssal. Or make your Waystone modifiers also apply to Abyssal depths. You could specialize in the interaction with other leagues, or specialize in a specific Abyssal faction. One of the important elements that we have heard loud and clear is that needing to do Abyss crafting on Waystones is quite annoying. So, we have removed that. In fact, we have removed instilling from Waystones as well. This mechanic felt mandatory on maps because it boosted the value of all other content, but it was both annoying to do and resulted in a lot of visual clutter. Instead, we are bringing back some of that power on tablets, which you don't need to craft nearly as often, since they last for 10 maps each. Once you defeat the Arbiter of Ash, you will be able to upgrade tablets to a rare with 4 mods using regular currency. Even this isn't enough to fully bring back the power you could have gotten from instilling, so we have also buffed the bonuses that tablets give. Going forward, we're not going to be adding any more crafting directly to Waystones outside of the basic currency, because it adds too much micromanagement. But on that note, Fate of the Val does bring the ability to corrupt your tablets, hoping to get one of many different random outcomes. Now, with regard to Delirium Fog, even though you shouldn't have to have it on every map anymore, we still did want to make it less visually annoying. Delirium Fog has been toned down significantly, so you won't feel like you're just playing in a sea of grey. Another big source of problems in the endgame is the feeling of getting overwhelmed with monsters.
Tu neki su sekadu.
In 031, we reduced the number of monsters in early endgame in order to help with this, but still scaled up the number of monsters to previous levels by the time you got to tier 15. Well, after letting this simmer for a while, we are still getting this kind of feedback. So we are no longer going to scale up the number of monsters you go as you get deeper into the endgame. Instead, we are scaling up the difficulty and rewards by the same amount. So to be clear, instead of increasing the number of monsters by 40%, they will instead drop 40% more items, grant 40% more experience, and have 40% more life, in addition to all the normal scaling they get due to being higher level. This only applies to regular monsters, not bosses. We have also reduced the speed modifiers that monsters can get sometimes, which also helps a lot with this. Now, we did have a large amount of content for in-game planned for 041, but unfortunately we just didn't get time to finish it. The scope was a bit too large, and so we'll need to wait until 050 for that. But rest assured, there will be a ton of upgrades for the existing leagues, as well as new pinnacle bosses, and a significant overhaul to the Atlas passive tree coming soon. Now, another problem that becomes a much bigger issue in the endgame is game performance. And we have done a lot of work. The primary issue is CPU load. And to address that, a lot of things have been optimized. And we have done a lot of work to take advantage of more of your CPU cores. You should see frame rates of at least 25% higher, and a lot less bad frame spikes during gameplay. It does make quite a big difference, especially on consoles. A lot more work in this area is ongoing, and you will continue to see performance improvements over the next few months. Of course, another important area is game balance. And we have made a lot of changes. Now, most of these we will save for the patch notes, but I'll do a quick summary of some of the numbers. As well as adding 11 new unique items, we have rebalanced dozens of others that are not currently used very often. We've also done a pass over lineage supports. 21 of them have been rebalanced, as well as adding 9 more. Alongside the 2 new druid ascendancies, we have made balance changes to almost all the others, with some of them getting a grander rebalance, such as the Smith of Katava. Alongside the 20 plus new druid skills, we've also rebalanced 90 other active skills across all the different classes. And to top it all off, there are also over 250 new passive skills added to the passive tree. These changes should go a long way to increase the viability of many more skills, uniques, and overall build variety that can tackle our most challenging content. Next up, we're going to be talking about our new supporter packs. Today, we're launching 2 new series of supporter packs, the Precursor and Calgarian packs. Each tier contains the pack's full face value in points, alongside several exclusive microtransactions. As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way. The Precursor series of supporter packs contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. First up, the Marble Statue Character Effect. Once you finally stay still for a moment, a podium rises up out of the ground to immortalize you, turning your skin to marble. When you next move, the stone crumbles around you. The Precursors had mastery over gravity manipulation. So too can you, now with the Gravity Well portal. Witness the power of its pull as you approach it. Draw in enemies with your own gravitational pull with the Awakened Precursor armor set. The Precursors designed and built many mysterious ancient beings. This one used to serve as a scout that would patrol and tase intruders. Why salvage gear yourself when the Master of the Forge can do it for you? Molten gold spills out as the Forge Master breaks down your items.
Interessant.
A ovo je kao umjesto nakovnje,
The
šta?
relic of the Precursor's
Pa da.
map device is a mysterious machine that sits atop ancient colossal statues. It keeps track of the number of charges consumed on your Precursor tablets used in the device. The Kalgurin Pack series also contains 6 exclusive microtransactions.
Opet seks.
The
Tako izgleda
Kalgurins
govore.
had astounding skill in astronomy, being able to track cosmic events with absolute precision. Harnessing that skill, with the astronomer's level up effect equipped, you too can now see exactly how long it took you to level up as it outputs the time in chat. The time taken to reach your last 3 levels is also displayed on the item, so you can link it when you have a time you're proud of. Crush unique enemies by unleashing the wrath of the lost Kalgurin fleet, led formerly by Captain Heartland himself. A Kalgurin seafarer needs armor fit for the treacherous seas
Ne,
of
ovo fino
Raycross.
izgleda.
This set has you covered with the classic tricorn and, of course,
A
a peg
peg
leg.
leg.
The Lost Treasure weapon skins top off your appearance of a true raider of the seas. These gilded weapons can be applied to wands, two-hand maces, and shields. After a long day of plundering loot, retreat to the Kraken's Cove hideout, a home of some of the most deadly, ocean-dwelling creatures in Raycross. Many ships have met their demise here. What better to accompany you in Kraken's Cove than a Kraken itself? Replace your stash with a dormant Kraken, waiting for its prey. As you approach, it will awaken and terrify both you and any guests in your
Noći pum da
hideout.
ga odbanem.
Alongside this, an extra stash skin item will be granted to you,
Ali ću
and
da
when
gasim
placed,
MP.
will automatically open to any stash tab set with the currency affinity, to help having to navigate through your tabs.
Šta kazao?
da ga odbanem.
Additionally, any microtransactions from the supporter packs will be made